I've got this old stainless steel Super Trap muffler off of my 86 XL 600R, and I want to do a quick video and see how good this Iron X will do with removing all the rust and oxidation on it. I just ordered a new stainless steel header for it by XR's Only, L Baker's XR Only, so I figure even though my bike's hideous and it needs a lot more attention, but I figured to match that new header, I'd maybe try and polish up this muffler and see how it looks. So the instructions on this say to spray it in, wait 3 to 5 minutes, and then work it in. I was reading online that some guys recommend just wrapping the exhaust pipe with a rag soaked in vinegar, leave it sit overnight, and apparently the acid on that will just work away the rust on it. But I figure and try this method out and see how it comes out. And that's what she looks like after a short scrubbing. Only took a few minutes. Kind of brings out all the dents and imperfections of where the old clamp was on it. And the new clamp goes right here. But I think I'm going to try doing the rag method. Let it soak overnight. See if it gets any better. Alright, so for this test, I used distilled white vinegar, 5%. Now, after doing some research, it seems you're really supposed to get cleaning vinegar. But to show you, this has been sitting for 24 hours, and it did basically nothing. Looks the same as it did before. Next, I'm going to try keeping this small area soaked overnight with Iron X, and we'll see what that does. Alright, it's been soaking in the Iron X for 15 hours now. Let's see if it did anything to it. And no, looks about the same. It turned purple like it does. Let's see if I scrub on that a little bit. Seems to have done a little something, but not much. I think the conclusion here is whether you're using vinegar or this Iron X cleaner, you got to put some elbow grease in there. But using a cleaner like that and then scrubbing it really does help out. Last and final polishing step, I decided to try using some of this Colonel Brassy metal polish I had laying around for like 15 years. Some salesman back when I worked at East Coast Kawasaki came in, polished an aluminum motorcycle cover with it, and then somehow got me to buy a bottle of it. Never used it since that day, but I clamped my buffer here lightly clamped it into the vise here, and then just went to town on it, and this is about as much you can polish a turd. However, my main goal was to just try and match this XR's Only stainless steel header a little bit. Just got this in the mail the other day, and so I think it came out pretty good for that. Didn't go quite as crazy with this one because I still have to weld. I suppose I could videotape me welding this shut, but I'm actually not the greatest welder. I do have a good amount of stainless steel scrap in here that I kind of hoard. I'll be able to find something that'll fit it. That's a little too thick, I think. I think something like this. This feels pretty good right here. That's yeah. I think this old stainless steel cover will do. Used my Miller plasma cutter to widen this and cut out the damaged area. This was actually welded. I did this about 10 years ago with mild steel, and it rusted out. So I just wanted to cut out all that old mild steel weld and get rid of that. And I grabbed a piece of cardboard, put some grease on it, placed it on here, then cut this out. Managed to cut my finger at the same time under my fingernail. So now I got a nice little fillet here that should fit in there pretty good. I know what you're probably thinking right now. Hey, if you put that little flat piece in there, you're totally ruining the pipe and its flow. You know what? I can't balloon it out because the rear tire actually hits this on this darn pipe. And it's been like this for 10 years and the bike runs just fine with it on there. So not a big deal. After cleaning that up on the grinder, it's a pretty nice tight fit, and now I just gotta tack that baby in. I've actually got this roll of 023 stainless steel wire that I picked up on eBay because the last time I tried welding stainless that was thin, I just kept burning holes with the MIG. So this is a good opportunity to try this out. Just gotta swap this roll out. Welders, close your eyes. This is about to get real ugly, I think. Got the wrong gas, wrong tip on here. but let's give it a go. So this first bead came out pretty good, and I didn't burn through, and then I just did that. You really can't MIG weld this stuff. It's just too thin, it seems like. See, I'm gonna give it a go anyway, just because I already have it set up, but I think I'm gonna have to TIG this. It's so bad, I don't even want to show you this, but I'm going to anyway. This thing just kept burning holes in it. There you go. That is what it looks like so far. But I'm gonna hit it one more time and then go back and grind this down a little bit, because that's unacceptable. It's pretty bad. After running one more bead around it to get some more heat and penetration on it, took it over to the grinder with a flap disc on it, and here's what I ended up with. Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's gonna work. It's stainless steel, so it won't rust this time. And yeah. The takeaway here is, unless you're in a jam, MIG welding thin stainless steel like this, especially with a Miller 211, I think it's just too large of a machine. But just to redeem myself a touch, I do know how to weld, okay? I did do this entire table here, and everything came out pretty nice. Didn't have to go grinding all my welds. Of course, when you're welding thick steel like that, it's a lot easier. Here's an example of some TIG welding on this header here. Not the prettiest TIG welds in the world, but definitely nicer than mine, and he didn't have to go back and grind them, so not too bad. I've definitely seen nicer TIG welding, but that is how it's done. And if you can't do that, then you just grind it down, and it looks like that. In the end of the day, it's job well done. My goal was to match these hammered up looking pipes to match this new header a little bit, and I think I accomplished that. Looks pretty good. That's going to wrap this video up. I think I jumped way off topic here. Originally it was, hey, how to clean your stainless steel exhaust that looks like poo. And that's how it started, and then we got into doing some welding and stuff. If you're new here, consider checking out the channel. And yeah, till next time, Chris Brown here. No Nonsense, No How, KZ Guy 2. I'll see ya.